Good morning. We're going to do some strong mat Pilates this morning. We won't be standing for very long. Most of what we're going to do is on the mat, and you will need the things that we normally use. So the first thing we're going to do is work upper body and then come down to the mat. So I'm going to take a step backwards, going to the edge of my mat. And then from here, draw the hands in front of you to work upper body first. Flag shape hands in front of you, heels and down. I want you to check your alignment, check the shoulders by moving them one to the other, and make sure that you're pulling the tummy muscles in, the chin is lifted and the spine is nice and straight. Then when ready, draw a deep breath in and pull open to hold into dumb waiter until you feel the shoulders fully stretch. Then exhale and bring them in. We're going to repeat this for 16. In breath out and hold the top of the arms, stretching through the shoulders, out breath to centre. Now on each movement here with the arms, you should feel fully in the top of the arm and shoulder here on the extension. Remember as well, as you're standing here for 16, opening and closing the arms and hands, make sure there's equal amount of weight between both feet so you'll balance the body fully. For those that did my workouts yesterday, you're going to feel the arm muscles here as you extend and pull back. Now try and go further with the hands. Remember the flag hands here should be facing the ceiling. 4 more. And last one. Then from here, drop the hands, roll the shoulders back and release the shoulder work you've done already. Then stretch up the arms towards the ceiling and lift one at a time, feeling the work through the side of the body and the arms. And I'm going to bend the knees as well on each arm stretch. So that I'm working here through my knees and my back, but as you bend, try and keep the straight body there, or the upper body from the waist as you bend the knees. Now hold this position and come low, bringing the hands and elbows straight towards me, pulse through the bottom. I'm going to do 6 of these here. Then from here, draw the arms down, tucking in the chin and roll down to the mats, bringing yourself down onto the knees. Once here, hands should be in line with the knees with a gap between as we bring the leg out to the side and back. Today for 30 lifts. Now you'll feel the work in the hip, adductor and abductor muscles, and so many more around the hip as you lift up and down. Squeeze the bottom together as you lift. Now it will get a little tired here, the leg, if you're doing 30, so you might want to go to 15, swap and start again, which is what I'm going to demo here. Make sure the back is in good alignment, the chin down, the head in line with the shoulders and to the bottom. 4 more. Then change legs and repeat again. Repeating again for 15, back to the leg that you started on. And change again. Now releasing the legs, bring the bottom down into a staff pose, head to the floor, stretch through the shoulders, lengthen the shoulders to the fingertips and keep the forehead down. Then from here, make a fist to the elbow and draw the heels off the floor and then place them on the block if you have one. Now push against the heels or the block by bending and straightening the legs, keeping the head on the floor. Now don't forget your breathing. I'm going to do 20 more of these. Nearly there. Now go back to staff pose. Now from here, I want you to find your band. Once you've received the band, place it around the foot. Once you've brought the band around, use the hands to hold the end of the band and bend the knee. Then straighten the leg and bend, also for 30 counts. Working the glute muscles, lower back and into the leg. Again, 30 counts of these. Don't forget to breathe. Try and keep a neutral spine. The legs stretching one at a time here, but for now working 30 on one leg then the other. Keep the chin in line with the bottom. Ten more. Then repeat on the other leg as mentioned, 30 counts. And here we go again. Releasing the band, lay back down until you stretch the arms in front of you and release again to a staff pose. You should have felt the heart rate increasing. Now staying on the knees from here, stretch one leg behind you. We're going to lift this heel to the ceiling for 30 counts. And change legs. Now remember here you're working on the glute muscles, the lower back, and also if the knee is straight, the hamstrings and quads together. The higher you go without twisting the hip, the better the workout. Ten left. Now bend both knees and stretch again. Forehead down, staff pose. Hold for 2 breaths to recover. And here, still working on the bottom, take the leg to the side. We're now going to go up and down for 15 on each leg. And change over. Change legs, repeat again, 15 on each leg. And one more change. Bend the knees again, one more staff pose here. Now make your way, head to the block. We will need the ring next. Bring in the block under the head, allow the head to be comfortable. We'll need the band a little later, and we're going to work the thighs with the ring. So place the ring between the thighs, legs in tabletop, so we're pushing the heels and knees away, and then you're going to squeeze against the ring here for 15 pushes. Now holding here, go higher with the legs, and for 30 counts push with the ankles. Working abductor and adductor muscles at the top of the thighs. When repeated this, place the feet inside of the ring so the pads are on the outside, and open again 30 counts, working the top of the thighs. Then we will repeat those two exercises again. Now you should have a neutral spine here where the back in the centre is flat on the floor. Try and keep the head straight and repeat the last two exercises again, looking up, and 30 squeezes again just above the ankles with the pads and the ring, pushing together. And then swap again, feet inside the ring, and open and close 30. Now if you don't have a ring, you can do this with the band around the thighs if you tie it tight. So here you should feel the muscles contracting, and earlier on in between the thighs. Now bend the knees so that the ring stays around the knees, but then, or around the outside of the calves, and then push the knees forwards where we're going to work your core muscles. Now once you've controlled the body, you'll notice here that you've got an arch between the back. So I'm going to add my ball and stay in tabletop, but now it straightens quite comfortably and there's no arch in the spine, hence why I use the ball. Now if you have a poorly neck, you'll need the block under the head or a pillow. I'm going to open my elbows, I'm going to come up and hold and count to 30 and stay there. Breathing in and out to work my abdominal muscles. How are we doing? Now we're going to pulse. Now bring the legs up and bring the block down and reach for your feet. Now place the ring or the pad underneath the feet and hold the pad with the other hand. We're going to stretch the hamstrings now, pushing the bottom slightly off the ball. And make sure that both feet are together and that you can feel both legs travelling towards the head. Now swap in the ring for the band. Place the centre of the band around the middle of the feet. Once there, bending the elbows to the floor, allow the legs to lower and come up, but today for 60 drops, so you're going to be there a little while. Try not to lift the head off the floor unless you want to progress, and in that case, if you do, the head goes up as the heels go down. You might want to hold for an extra second there over the ball, pulling the tummy muscles in. Now if it's too much for lifting the head, continue to go up and down. The further the heels go down, the better the work to strengthen the spine. But if you do have a back condition, don't take it any lower than here. As the feet come up though, remember if you are lifting the head goes back down as the head rests on the block or pillow, toes are going towards the head. We've got 30 of those. We're halfway. Last 20. Now open the legs inside of the band and pull open, pulsing again for 16 pulses to stretch the in between the legs. Now we add more resistance with the band, so we're going to pull down with the elbows and open fully with the legs. Stretching here to hold that position. You should feel a complete stretch from in between the legs to the heels. And I'm going to pull open even wider, but watch knees on this one. And then I'm going to pulse for 16. This is to prepare you later on for when we're seated and when we do rainbow and soar. Now release the band, you may keep the ball there and bend the knees into a tabletop. Then from here, when you feel ready, we're going to lower 1 foot at a time from tabletop, pointing the toes down, working lower abdominal muscles. Now that I've done 30, and with both legs alternately, pull the heels back, pushing into a long bike, one at a time. I'm going to do 60 of these altogether, 30 on each leg. We're halfway. Ten more. Now bring them back to tabletop, one at a time, stretch and lift, allowing the knees not to click, but as you stretch, lengthening now at the hamstrings. Remember, the more you pull through the joints, the better you'll feel. Now bringing one leg down into small circles. Take it away and back today for 30. Try not to wobble the leg that you're holding. Now you can make the circles go bigger, as long as you can control the bent knee. Use the brain to remember to listen to the hip joint. You might have to keep small circles going instead, but the progression is to get bigger. The alternative is to not do so many, so reverse whenever you're ready. You've got 10 more left to make 30 here. And reverse. Remember, each circle here should be done in the same distance. Other leg when ready. And reverse your circle again, 30. How are we doing? Can you feel that warming in the hip? Last 10. Now into scissors, lifting the legs to the ceiling, drop one at a time and hold. And 30 drops. Now if the top of the hip flexors get too much for you, don't drop the legs so far, but now try and open even further. Now bending the knees again, Roll up to the ankles and back down for 30. Last 10. Now remove the ball for now and the block as we roll up onto the shoulders. We're now going to do cycling on our shoulders. Once you're upright and here, circle the legs away into full cycles for 30 one way and 30 the next. Then we'll repeat it. And reverse. And then draw the legs over and bend the knees to come up. Find your way. Straight backs and hold here for 2 breaths. Straighten the legs and head down to the feet slowly. And head down a little further and hold again for 2 breaths. And one more time, exaggerate through the spine by bending the elbows. Then open the legs when ready. Into saw, turn out the feet. Bring in the hands forward, pull back one arm. With the opposite hand, chop off the ankle. Breathe in and repeat. Take your time, work through each leg. Now we're going to try and get the head to the knee. Take your time. Now bring the knees in and sit up. Now you could do that for a little longer. Shoulder rolls back. I'm just going to turn the head side to side. It's up to you where you go with this. But hopefully it'll set you through the day. Take care. Have a good day. Bye bye.